History is in the making. Sadly, it's on the negative side. We come into contact with people who have compromised immune systems and underlying medical diseases every day. The things that might not be so dangerous for them at the moment, but if given the chance, could very well end their lives. Well, I am a credible source to give this speech because I myself plan to go into the medical field as a family doctor, and keeping up with updates on the disease and patient care are things that are expected in my profession. COVID 19 is undermined or starting to be undermined as a disease. In this speech, I will be telling you why, what we can do to avoid this problem, and what would happen if we didn't take this seriously. So there are things that are building COVID's case and supporting it as a pandemic disease. However, things such as intense encouragements to washing hands and workplaces taking social distancing seriously and keeping and encouraging workers to keep their workstations clean. However, there are things that are not supporting COVID and building its case, such as people ignoring social distancing and the thought that it's just another flu. I believe the most important thing that I have to do is derail that thought that it's just another flu. And while they may originate from the same coronavirus, there's a striking difference between their R-naught numbers. The R-naught number is a number that is used by scientists to describe how contagious a disease is. And as stated by Eisenhower, a well-known epidemic scientist, it is a crucial part of public health planning during an outbreak. And as stated by Lorani from leading news channel Fox, Zika has a route number of 6.6. The seasonal flu is just over 1. The coronavirus has an R route number of 2.5. If someone has the flu and they pass it on to one person and someone eventually passing it off to two, after 10 rounds, that's around 56 people who are affected by the virus. However, if you look at the coronavirus with an R route number of 2.5, 2 people are affected every round. And after around 10 rounds, that's around 2,000 people who have the virus. I'm one of those people who are at risk. I have asthma, and due to COVID's nature as a respiratory disease, I'm not in for a fun time. I depend on social distancing to keep myself and my family safe, to keep my parents from wondering if they're going to lose their first daughter, and to keep my siblings from wondering if they're going to lose an elder sister. It's also thanks to social distancing that we are able to prevent an outbreak at work. Knowledge is power. Establishing a better understanding of what's going on, research needs to be done by the individual. And it's the most effective thing that people can do to understand the urgency. Social distancing is the best defense that we have against spreading COVID 19. However, in some places, such as in Florida, it seems like it's not being taken so seriously. Social distancing is not hanging out with friends and standing 6 feet apart. Social distancing is not going out unless absolutely necessary. Necessary outgoings that are would be classified as going out for food, or medicine, not group activities. As stated by Ms. Hill, a representative of the Florida Health Department, in a news article. And it's through this that we realize that people don't quite have the correct conception of what it means to social distance. And the news is also while the news is also a good place to get information on and updates on the virus, they tend to make things look worse than what they actually are. So I encourage people to do their own research. Start by visiting the CDC's website, and if you don't have time for that, to listen to real doctors on YouTube who are dealing with the pandemic. Now visualize this. We give into the protests, and we open everything, and we resume life as normal. You're hanging out with your friends at the park, and you see some friends that you haven't seen in a while, and you guys hang out too. Someone accidentally lets out a cough, and unknowingly they have COVID, and they spread that disease to their and they infect two people, and those two people go home, and they hang out with their family, and their family somehow contracts the disease, and they go out and they go to their workspaces, and so on and on. Eventually, you have this mass influx of people who have the virus, who are overwhelming the health system, and people who can't people who need to go to the hospital with heart attacks and other diseases can't get help because there's too many patients and incoming patients with the virus. Now, in conclusion, uh, continuing to undermine COVID as a disease puts us in danger. I've I've stated why we need to take Corona seriously. I've given solution as seriously and not undermine the disease. I've given solutions as to how we can do that and what would happen if we don't take it seriously. But in reality, nobody, not the government or people, due to the nature of a pandemic, can be fully prepared for an outbreak such as this one. It's the actions that happen during the outbreak that are going to determine the outcome. So it's you people and what we do that is the key to making sure that this virus doesn't spread, that the casualties lower. So stay informed and don't panic. Go visit the CDC website today and stay informed.